Hey YouTube, I'm Jess, and in today's video, we are going to shop my stash. If you don't know what a shop my stash video is, it is a video where I'm gonna feature makeup from a makeup collection that I either haven't used on my channel before, have never used at all ever, or haven't used in a really long time. As opposed to trying out new products or trying out specific types of products, this is just me playing with the makeup in my collection and using what I already own. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and let's get into the video. Okay, so everything is prepped and primed, ready to go. We're gonna start with the eyes today. So the palette that I'm gonna use is this guy right here. This is the Urban Decay Vice. I think it was the Vice 4. It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure it was the Vice 4 palette. Like this super cool packaging. This is what it looks like on the inside. I got this as a gift for Christmas from my girlfriend a couple of years ago now, but this palette came with this really big, beautiful mirror, lots of fun, different colors inside, and I haven't gotten a ton of use out of this, to be honest. I started working for Charlotte Tilbury, I think pretty shortly after I got this, and I kind of moved on to other things, but we're gonna go ahead and use this guy today because it's been a really long time since I've used this, and it's been years since I've used this on my YouTube channel. So I do have a particular style of look that I want to go for, but I don't have all my colors and stuff planned out. I do know that I want to go quite neutral on the lid. I'm gonna start in this row over here. There's some nice sort of matte neutral shades here. I was tempted to go this way, but I think actually I'm gonna take this color right here. It's like a matte, neutral, cool toned color, really kind of unique. It's got almost like a purpley vibe to it. This is called Discreet, and I'm gonna put this color all over my lid. I've already primed everything, so my skin and my eyes are already primed and ready to be worked on. So I'm just gonna take that all over my lid from the inner corner to the outer corner and like all the way up past my crease right to my brow. Yeah, it definitely has sort of like a purple look on the lid, but it's really, really, really subtle. Like you can barely even see it. Okay, and then the focus of this look is gonna be my eyeliner. So I'm not gonna do too much eyeshadow on the lid, but I do want to just put a little bit more color in my crease. What I'm gonna do is take this really deep, dark chocolatey brown here. I'm gonna dip my brush in there and I'm gonna really tap off most of the product so that I can use this sort of more cool tone color, but just a really, really light application of it, just barely touching the brush down to my skin. Because it has the right undertone, but it's just a little bit dark for what I want it to be used for. So just like hardly using any product, using a big fluffy brush, and then being really, really like I'm barely even touching my skin with this. And I'm placing that color on the outside corner of my sort of crease area first, and then I'll drag that towards the inner corner and kind of bring it up where it meets with my brow in the front here. Okay, so next I'm gonna take this color right here. This is called Beat Down. It's a really nice sort of dark shimmery purple tone, and I'm going to use this to sort of smoke out my lash line, just like that. And then I'm gonna take this brush right here. You guys can see that, it's like a little flat definer brush. I'm gonna go in with the same color, and I'm just going to create a kind of smoky winged liner on the outer portion of my eye where you would put a winged liner. And I'm not being super neat or careful with this because I want it to look kind of smoky and blown out. And we're gonna go over top actually with a couple of other liners, so kind of just like a bottom layer. Okay, so we're gonna take a little break from that palette, and I'm gonna use this guy right here. I have actually never even used this before. This is the Suva Beauty Hydra Fix Liner in the color Scrunchie. It's so cool. It's like a hot pink. I did a first impression on this product, the Suva Beauty Hydra Liners. I'll link that across the top if you want to check it out. I did it with a different color, but I'm going to use this one today, the hot pink. I'm super excited. So I just have a little bowl of water here, and I have my liner, and I'm just going to add a little bit of the water into the liner and just start stirring it up. And that's going to activate the product. And what I learned the last time I used this was that it needed to be a bit wetter than I thought. So I'm just gonna really take my time and just continue to add water to this until it's like a super liquidy consistency. So that's what it looks like right now. I'm gonna give it a go at this texture. I just love that hot pink on there. How freaking cool does that look? I'm so excited. And we are just going to kind of do the same thing and just go along that purple. This brush is definitely not ideal for this. I don't really have the perfect brush for this product. I'm realizing after my last video, I tried 2 different brushes in that video and neither of them were perfect. Suva sells brushes on their website, so I might just pick one of those up. I remember them being pretty cheap, but yeah, it's hard to get a really nice crisp line. You need a really thin brush. Not the best, not the best. So I'm gonna try this again. This is the brush that I had the most success with last time. You can see it still has like the hot orange color on it from the last time I used it in this product. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more and try and just smooth out those lines. Okay, so definitely not my best work. I literally just sat here and contemplated maybe starting this video over again, but I think I'm gonna be able to work with it and fix it. It's just like super bumpy and patchy. And in order to smooth it out, I had to kind of cover up all that purple I had originally put down. But yeah, okay, let's just try and work with it. So I'm just gonna let that dry. So I'm gonna take a little Q-tip with some micellar water, and I'm gonna use that to try and clean up at least the bottom edge here a little bit. Just to try and like sharpen it up a little bit. So my plan was to have that purple smoky shadow underneath and then do like a thin pink liner on top. But I think what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna do the pink as the underneath liner, and then I'll go over top with a black liner and have like the pink poking through instead of that purple poking through, since I've covered up the purple by accident. This one is definitely looking a little chunky just because I went over it. I think there's too much product on it now, but yeah, I'm gonna just leave that alone for now. Let's move to the face and we'll come back to the eyes in a little bit. They're stressing me out. For foundation today, I'm gonna use this guy right here. This is the Lancome Teint Miracle Foundation. I rarely ever use this because the color is just so fair. I have it in such a light color. It is such a beautiful foundation. It's so dewy and light and fresh. Great for mature skin, great for the summer, great for dry skin. Literally great for everybody. I really, really like this foundation. I use it so rarely. But because the color doesn't match, I'm gonna take sort of 1.5 pumps of this one, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of a darker foundation. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, and just add a little bit of that in to help kind of deepen up the tone a little bit. I'm gonna mix those together on the back of my hand and apply to face. I'm going to conceal just over here because the Lancome foundation is like a light coverage foundation and I have a little bit of acne happening on my skin over here. I just want to conceal it a little bit more with a thicker product. So for that, I'm gonna use this. This is a NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette. It is in 3CP01. So this is really cool. I bought this quite a few years ago. And I never really use it anymore, but we have a few different concealer colors, like a color corrector, some colors for contouring. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mix a couple of these colors together to create a little bit of extra coverage on my face over here. I think I'm mostly just gonna use this one right here with a little bit of this guy. I don't use this palette a ton because I don't really love the texture of this concealer. I like more liquidy consistencies, and this one is more of a, I don't know, like cream concealer. And you need more patience with it. Under my eyes, I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher Concealer in the shade 2. This is gonna be perfect to help me just clean up the edge here because it's got the perfect applicator to just work almost like an eraser. And then to set that, I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Genius Magic Powder. This is actually the only powder that I have right now. I finished up a couple of them that will be in my next empties video. So I was just gonna do my regular black liner with my Maybelline gel liner in the color Black is Black. But the point of this video is to like shop my stash and use some other products that I don't normally use. So I started digging through my little drawer over here that has a bunch of like products that I don't use on a regular basis. And I found this, which I don't even know like how long I've had this. I've never used it. It is a navy blue gel liner from YSL. So this is the Faux Cils Eyeliner Effect Sea Black. So I'm gonna actually go ahead with this guy instead of using a black liner. And I'm going to take that on my little MAC liner brush and we're gonna give this guy a go. Hopefully it goes nicely over top of the Suva Beauty Liner. We are about to find out. Yeah, okay, that looks super cool. What a beautiful color. I love that. I want to keep this out and use this a little bit more. It's a really nice, rich, kind of purpley blue. Goes on really creamy. It's very opaque. It's covering up that hot pink with no problems. Really nice. Okay, yes, this is a huge win for me. I really love this. The texture, the formula, the color, everything about it is fantastic. So I'm gonna actually put this in my little makeup bag just like right down on my desk here and start using that one on more of a regular basis because that is really, really nice. I really like that a lot. Okay, so I have a lot of the Suva Beauty, the pink on my lashes. So I really wanna get that covered up. So for mascara, I'm gonna use Legendary Lashes mascara. So it's really, really black, super volumizing. I'm gonna go ahead with this guy and just cover up all of that pink that's on my lashes. Okay, so I did my mascara and I actually threw on a pair of false lashes as well. And so I'm just gonna finish up my lower lash line. So to do that, I'm gonna take this guy right here. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Kohl pencil. This is in the color Marlene Midnight. And I'm going to take this and just line along my lower lash line. It's kind of a navy color, same as the gel liner that I used on the top, the YSL one. So I feel like they'll go together pretty nicely. So just lining the lower lash line with that. I'm gonna tight line with that. And then I'm gonna take this little brush that I love from Real Techniques and just give it a good smudge under there. And then I'm kind of feeling like I don't really want to add mascara to my lower lash line. I kind of like how it looks without it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of bronzer action. I'm gonna go back to an oldie but a goodie. This is my Dior Nude Air Bronzer in the color 001. I am trying to use this guy up. So I'm gonna use this to warm up my skin a little bit. And then to highlight, I'm gonna use this palette right here. I have not used this palette for so long. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm palette. I used up this bronzer color in here and so I just like never reached for it for the highlighters, but we're going to use it today. So I think I'm gonna take this sort of white one and this pinky one and kind of mix them together and use that to highlight with. And then I'm gonna use that also on the inner corner of my eye to highlight there. For brows, I'm gonna use this super old product. This is the Quo Brow Focus in the color Taupe. This was like my go-to brow product for probably like 10 years of my life. I loved this guy for many years and I probably haven't used it in about 5 years or something like that. So I'm just gonna take a little angled brush, and I never used to use the wax. I never really knew what it was for before, but I kind of get it now. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the powder and then a little bit of the wax, kind of mix the two products together. And let's give this a go. Okay, so I changed up my technique a little bit. I'm just using just the powder now because I wasn't getting really enough pigmentation when I mixed the two together. So I'm just using the powder and combing it through, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of the wax and just use that more like a brow gel to kind of get the hairs to lay in the way that I want them to. Kind of brush them up to give me that fluffy brow look that I like. The wax gives almost like a laminated effect. Brow lamination is super trendy right now, and this kind of gives that same effect, this like old school product. That's funny. I'm letting my brows grow right now. I was kind of shaping them and doing them myself during quarantine, but now that places are opened back up, I'm gonna go get my brows done professionally again, but I want to just kind of grow them out so they have something to work with, and they can shape them kind of the way that they see best, as opposed to like how I was doing it in my very lackadaisy way. So my brows are kind of messy right now, but whatever. Okay, there's the brows. Definitely not my favorite brow I've ever done, but you know what? Could be worse. And I really like using that gel to kind of set them the way that I want to. I'll see if they kind of stay in place, and if so, I might end up reaching for that again. Let's do a little bit of blush. I use all of my blushes pretty frequently on my channel, but I haven't used this one in a while, so I'm gonna go with this guy right here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Cheek in Love Glow, and I'm gonna just apply that. It's a really nice kind of bright pink. I feel like it'll go really nicely with that hot pink liner that we have going on. Okay, and then for lips, I'm feeling like doing something nude, something kind of light. So I think I'm gonna use a MAC lipstick. I never use my MAC lipsticks on my channel. This is Peach Blossom, a little pinkier than I wanted. I want more of like a beigey nude. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one, Pure Zen. And for liner, I'm gonna use a MAC lip liner. This is in the color Oh Honey. Another really like beigey nude tone. I love all my Charlotte Tilbury lip liners, so those are the ones I usually use. But I do have a few from MAC, and I do actually quite like the MAC lip liners, so. It's good to film a video like this where it actually forces me to use things that I don't use on a regular basis. And then I'm gonna go in with Pure Zen. Like so. And then I think I just want a little bit of gloss as well. I think this is the Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss in the color Portobello Girl. Just a nice like nudie pink color. And that, my friends, is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun playing around with a bunch of different products that I either haven't used before or haven't used in ages. I loved filming this Shop My Stash video, so if you guys want to see more, definitely like the video to let me know and leave me a comment down below. I would love to film some more of these if you guys like it. I have so much makeup, and I just really am in this vibe right now where I just want to like use what I already have as opposed to like buying more. Buying new makeup is so much fun. Obviously, I love to buy new makeup, and I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy any new makeup anymore, but I just really want to use a lot of the makeup that I already have, and that's kind of like the vibe I'm in. So if you guys want more of these videos, definitely let me know. Giving this video a thumbs up is gonna help me out so much. It's gonna help more people to see it too. If you wanna be notified when I upload new videos, you can hit the subscribe button down below and you will be updated by YouTube whenever I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.